Okay guys, well here's the next project we're working on. This big chipper truck here. This was the one that I done the wheel sealing. I can't remember if y'all remember that or not, but this ship box was on that truck. And we did a bunch of work to that truck there, and it was just kind of like a low horsepower truck. All the injectors and everything checked out good. I even changed the ECM on it. I changed all kinds of other stuff trying to see if, you know, something like that was, you know, maybe the truck was derated. I took and hooked up to the computer and it was not derated. It showed everything that needed to be. So what we decided to wind up doing is we found this four-wheel drive truck on the auction, the same place that I bought mine from, because this truck is it's a twin sister of my truck. I mean, the only thing different is this one here, mine had a big winch on it and they cut it off. I guess they put it on another truck, I don't really know. But this truck here is exactly the same. DT466, 230 horse, 10 speed. It's got 478 gears in it. So this one here should do about like mine. Mine does really good. It's got plenty of power. It gets on down the road great. Plus this one's air brakes. The other truck wasn't air brakes. So like I was telling you before, I was going to do all the work putting the chip box over on this truck, but I just been so busy that I hadn't have time. And my brother, his father-in-law, like I've told you before, he's a fabricator. And he wound up switching the box over off the other truck. He cut the box off and they put it in his shop, because like I said, he's probably got, you know, 5 or 10 guys at his shop, so it don't take them long to do something. Where with me, I'd have to set the crane up, take the skid steer, pick it up, drive the truck out. Just basically how I done the little chipper truck when I switched the box over there. But you can see here what he did was he extended the frame, is what he did. Extended the frame and he welded it here. He made he welded the brackets back on there, and they put the big plate. Their big plate was on the back. They put that big plate back on here, but they just kind of, like I said, they scooted everything back and made it to where the bed, like I said, it sits down inside here real good. They wired these lights here up, but I still got to wire these lights up. I don't think they got them wired in. Other night when he come home, we just got it back last night. So what I got to do today is I got to get the hydraulics working. That's the only thing they didn't do. They just set the bed on there, they wired the lights up for us, and so there's a valve in there and I can run the front winch. That's no problem. But my brother, he don't want to take the front winch off, because he said there's some, you know, some jobs that we do, like, you know, it'd be nice if we had, you know, a big winch to pull some of these big trees over. So what we decided to do is we're just going to leave the front winch on there for now, and if it gets to be in the way or gets to be to where we can't we don't use it enough or jeopardize it, we might just cut it off here, because it sticks out just a little bit. But I got to check his truck all over, because like I said, they're, you know, this box here was the main, this truck here that this box come on was mainly like the main truck they had, which we've got, you know, they've got some other chipper trucks. They got the little small one and they got the big one in the back. But he just really wanted to get he really wants to get this truck here done, so that's what we're going to work on today. I got the valve in the shop in there that I took off my truck, because I didn't have to have that valve set up. All one thing I did was I just hooked from my pump straight into my tank on my truck. I even took the tank off of my truck. So what we're going to do today is I got to get the skid steer out. I got to raise this up, and I got to put some blocks of wood and stuff in there to so I can get in there to work. Because like I said, what I might do is I might just put that other valve, that off of my truck into there, and I might just put a T in those two lines is what I might do. I might see, like I said, see how that's going to work out. And then like I said, I still got the hose and everything on mine, but as you can see, there's the, you know, there's the transfer case there. We're going to leave the exhaust like this one on this one, but what we was kind of worried about was the way that this, we thought that this, you know, it might sit too far down there, but actually it's sitting there perfect. And what they did was they took and welded this bracket. They welded this piece of plate here, so the thing will just sit flush on that, and it ain't bouncing up and down as you're driving on the road. These hoses here, they seem like they're not going to be touching, so that should be good. I'm going to grease it all up, get all that stuff there done. Like I said, they connected to airlines. They fixed that for us, because eventually we're going to get a big pull behind air brakes trailer. We got one now that's electric, tandem, but we really want to get one that's air brakes just for this truck here, or my service truck, or the big chipper truck that we have. So but this truck here in all is really good shape, double frame truck, and being that it's a double frame truck, it's actually not got no rust in between. Slide back underneath here quick, but I'll show you what I was talking about. I could work on it like this here, but I don't want to. But as you can see, here's these hydraulic lines here for this that work that other valve back there. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to take there might be another valve up there. There might already be 2 valves sitting there. I don't know. I haven't even looked at it, but there's 2 valves sitting there. I might just have to take and plumb these lines around here to connect into these other 2 hoses here, because that's all I got to have is just something to, you know, just a main or a pressure and a relief for these 2 hoses right here that are just, you know, just sitting from the other bed. And then there might go in there, and I might just put a valve in there, and it might work just fine. I don't really know just yet. I gotta see what it does, but it's already got these 2 big lines here now. So enough of me talking. I'm gonna fire that skid steer up, get my blocks of wood, and show y'all how we're going to take and try to get this here set up, see if we can get this truck here up and rolling today. If I can get this thing going, they'll probably use this truck tomorrow, because we've already got it. Everything else has already been done. It's already been tagged and insured and everything. So I'll show you a picture of the inside of it here. Very clean. Like I said, the truck's actually cleaner than my truck is now. I think this one's only got right at 100,000 miles on this one, so it should get a pretty good use out of it. He said it last night when he come home with the chip box and that big chipper. He said that Alright, so I got these 2 big blocks of wood under there now. So I knew it was going to probably leak a little bit of oil underneath there, but like I said, I got the 2 blocks. Alright, so I got to get this line here off so I can take it up there, and I got to measure up the gotta have them get me a fitting up there. I'm almost certain that I know what its size that it is, but up there at the thing, you try to tell them sometimes and they won't know what it is. So it's best just to take it off. And if you take it off, then I know I ain't got to worry about it. I'm gonna say, look, I need a fitting to go from that side to that side there. So I'll set this out here. because I'm gonna use them hoses like I was saying. But that other valve's gonna go. It's just gonna sit right beside that one there. Been nice if that one there. I could probably cut that off and slide that one over to there, and then I could have more room for that one there. But I think I'm gonna be just fine because still got plenty of room up there. And then by the time you cut all it there off, moved over and welded it, I don't really think it's going to matter that much if it's sitting over there. And then plus, if for some other reason they ever wanted to put another valve over here, then you know what, that wouldn't be sitting in the middle there. So I'm going to take and pick my tools here up, and then I'm going to run up here to the parts place and get what I got to have. These right here. This is that other fitting. This is what goes down inside the top, and this here's mine was connected into this piece right here. But all I got to do is I got to get I've already got a 90 elbow in that there. I just got to get a reducer, or a coupler that'll go from that size, from that big size down to this smaller size here. So that's why I'm taking this hose with me. And then I'm taking this here with me, just so they know exactly which one that I'm talking about. Like I said, this in here, see, it'll go. This in here, it goes in here just like this here, and that's what I'm gonna get. I gotta get one just basically about like like this right here, but that's pipe thread. So I'll get me one just like what's on the hydraulic pump on the cylinder, and I'll get me one to go in here. Like I said, they might have to reduce it down. Might have to get a couple pieces. Might have to do it just like they done this one. See, they reduced this one down, and that's what I'm gonna have to probably do on this one. And that way there, like I said, I don't have to get no new hoses made. I can just use those hoses, and it makes everything way more simple. And then, like I said, this here was the piece that I took. I took that piece there out of there. And I made it to where that's the piece I took there, and this is what I was saying I'm going to get for this one right here. That's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get a piece to where I can put, like I said, put these two pieces of them two pumps together, and then once I get the two pumps where I want them at, I'll put another steel plate in there, and then I'll drill a hose, and then I'll bolt that pump or bolt that valve to that plate. And then once I bolt it to the plate, I'll set it down in there. I'll get this here tight where it needs to be at. I'll tighten it all together, and then I'll weld it down. Then if you ever have to take and get it off, you have to take out the 3 bolts and then undo the thing, and it'll push it straight over there. And then when you get it back on there, just tighten it back down. It'll slide the valve back over. So we're going to run up here now to the parts place and get these two pieces here, and come back and try to get all this stuff here hooked up. Alright guys, so I did wind up forgetting to get something at the damn part over at the place. I needed to get another one of them fittings like this, and I forgot to get one. I thought I had everything when I left there. I was like, well, I think I do. I think I got everything I need. I was like, everything seems to be fine. And then I get here and I start putting it all together. I'm like, shit, I ain't got what I'm missing a couple things. So just lucky I got enough fittings here, and there was a piece of fitting on here that's on here now. I don't really like it, but what I can understand is they had this big hose here, and they had the big hose, and they had it downsized into a little bitty let me see if that's where I need to be in. But they had it downsized into this little bitty hole, and I don't understand why they had like I said, that main line, it went all the way down to this little bit of pressure. I don't know if they was trying to make more pressure or what the deal was, but by doing it like that there, so we're gonna run this fitting here, and next time I go up here to upper to the hydraulic place, I'll wind up getting me that other piece. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the way that I'm doing here. Like I said, this is just a 3/4 and that's an inch, or maybe inch and a half, or maybe this is an inch. No, 3/4. So I got 3/4 pipe thread here, and then they had this union piece here, and this is what I'm going to screw down into this, just like this. And I might have to wind up moving it, because that was one thing I was kind of worried about, if I was going to have enough to get it spun around there. So that might have to do something. This closer, but it's hitting right there. It's not going to spin. It's not going to spin all the way around. So what I might have to wind up doing is taking that all the way out, and screwing it on there, and then I don't know why this thing here is like, is it coming out of there? There it goes. Let me make sure there that when I screw this down. Screw it either way. It's not gonna let me do it. Well, I might be able to get lucky. I might get lucky and get it in right in this little spot right here. Let me see if I can get this one on around. I think I can get it to spin around there a little bit more. I got it spun all the way. Let me see if I can get it to go. I can get it to go the rest of the way. Here, it should be just fine. Needs to go. Let's see if I can get it to bend over this way a little bit. Maybe get it spin one more time around. Come down just. Now we got her where she needs to go. I might push it on back. See if it to where that line. I think I'm just going to tilt that back. This, because the bed's not going to hit it that way. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring it around there back like that. Because like I said, this is just going to be temporary because they need this truck tomorrow. But what I'm gonna wind up doing is I'll get another one of these to go on there like that. But let me go ahead and I'm gonna tighten this line here on up, so I ain't gotta worry about this. That'll be fine there. It's not going to hit nothing. So if I wanted to, I can start it now, because now it's not dead headed back there how it was. But I would have to wind up taking these two lines, and that's what I might think I'm going to do anyways. I think I'm going to take these two lines here off. And when I take these two lines here off, I think I'm going to put the other fittings, the other 90s in there. And when I put the other 90s in there, I can hook them up, and then that way I can take and raise the bed on up, and that way I can get over to work on that side there a little bit easier. Because right now where the lever is set up at, it's actually perfect for, you know, the dump system. If you was going to be going off road all the time, it would be perfect spot for where the winch is sitting at right now. Because where the winch is now, is the lever for the winch is actually in a really good spot, because you could pull that right there and you could keep going in gear. But either way, so I'm going to take and probably take them fittings there out, switch them out the other 90s, then I'm going to fire it up, and then I'm going to jack this way up in the air and see what all it looks like. So let me go and get them lines there off. Listen here, it's still hooked up. Yeah, gotta take that one off. So this will stay. This is gonna stay like this for now until I get that other piece. I could almost really just go ahead and set that other valve over, since I've already got it. I might just do it. I might just leave this the way it is for now, and I'll put the other valve system on there, and that way there I can raise the bed up. It shouldn't be too big of an issue. So let me go over and get this over here, and I'll get set up. Okay, guys. Well, my battery, it died on me earlier when I was trying to get this set up in here. When I first put it in here, this hose here was, I screwed in there and it was way up here, and I didn't really like the way that fit. When I put it all together, I want it to look right, and I don't want it to look kind of like half-assed, I should say. So what I did was I run this here and I bent it, and just kept bending and bending and bending it, and I got it to where it would spin around like this, and I laid it right on top of this other one here. And because you can see here on this line, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a line there. The frame, when you set the bed down, it'll sit about this far over, is how it's going to sit. And then, like I said, I just run it around through there, and I come back around this, you know, come around here just like this here, and then I tied it right into this piece here. So everything's kind of tucked in there nice. These lines here, I got them, they're going straight through there, and then I got to put the other lines here in just a second. I'm gonna put these lines here on there, and I'm probably gonna turn this one on around to where it's straight like this. So I just like to, when I do something, I just want it to look right. I don't want it to look, you know, this lines here, lines there. I want it to look, you know, I want it to be a decent looking job. So that's why. And like I said, I still got to weld this bracket. It's just sitting there now, but I still got to weld it to the frame, just like the other one here is. So that's why it's moving. That's why you still see it kind of moving. So once I get everything here the way I want it, I'm going to take and I'm going to weld this bracket. Like I said, the hoses, they should be fine, because I'm only going to weld it right here, and then I'm going to weld it right there in the front. Shouldn't go nowhere. Like I said, this other one here, it's just barely welded on there as well. So now I'm just trying to get all these hoses tight, get them kind of squared away. Like I said, I still don't kind of like the way that this over here is set up, but you know, there's really not much I can do. There's really not much I can do with it as far as that goes. So let me get these hoses here hooked up, and we'll go from there. Okay. Like I said, this shouldn't be too terrible of a job. Like I said, we basically got the majority of it here done. Like I said, we're just gonna go through here and we're gonna check it. Check everything out and see how everything goes. The oil didn't look too bad, and the filters don't look that old, but somebody didn't write on the filter, so it's like, hell, I don't know what date. I don't know what date it was changed. So while we ain't got it in full swing yet, I'm gonna go ahead and get it changed, and then I ain't got to worry about it. I'll know it's all done. So I'm gonna let that drain, and while that's draining, I'm gonna go ahead and get these filters off here real quick. Find me a small bucket for these fuel filters here. Like I said, it don't look too terribly bad, but I know if I go ahead and change it now, then I ain't got to worry about it. I had a strap wrench, and that's the material it took, and the strap, I don't know, it's like got dry rotted or what, but now so much is covering oil. But I went to take the filter off, and all it did was snap. Didn't even put no pressure on it, and just snapped itself right off. Let's get this set back here. Do some of these rags here.
hell are we doing that? Gas? Yeah. That's the clearest diesel I've ever seen in my life. Most time it's got some kind of a damn green tint to it. 33, 36 goes in the front. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but that shit's is just as clear as, like I said, looks damn near like gasoline. I know sometimes people, they put, you know, back when I used to drive a truck, they would have the diesel, they'd have it mixed 50% diesel and 50% kerosene. Because that's how they used to, that's how they would run it. So let's see here, the 36 is gonna go on the front. Let me go ahead and let me grab these filters real quick. That's the one thing I like about these bigger buckets here. Like I said, you ain't gotta worry about having a little small spot down there for you to drop it at. So it takes, like I said, I can just let this one drain, and then like I said, I can unscrew this one, and then I can let it drain as well. It's got a little bit of oil leak up there. I don't know. It looks like to me it's the, it could be the pressure line for the, turbo, for the oil on that. I'm not real sure. I'm gonna have to look at it, but I know that my service truck over there, I know it's wet in the same exact spot is right there. So I don't know for sure what's, I don't know if it's got like a little O-ring on there or a little brass washer. But I'm gonna, after I clean this all off and not change the filters, I'm gonna pressure wash it off and see what it looks like. And all these fittings here, they look pretty. They look pretty. They look a little dry, not much. But I gotta take in. I'm gonna grease this one all up real good. I know this front dry shaft right here, it's got just a little bit, just a tad bit of play in it. Now hopefully I can grease it and just get a little bit of use out of it. A little bit more use out of it anyway. So he wants me to put some lockouts on this one, and I thought about doing it on my service truck as well, so the universals ain't always spinning, but it really ain't gonna make a whole lot of difference anyway. So as soon as these filters here get done draining, I'll go ahead and change them out, and I'll take and put the new filters on there, and then we'll start putting some new oil on this. The water fuel separator, the coolant filter, I definitely got to change that one. I know on there you got to be super fast, because if you ain't, it'll pour coolant out everywhere. So that's one thing I gotta do that too. So I know sometimes it makes it a pain with the dry shaft being right here, because it leaks oil on the dry shaft and then runs off, but it shouldn't be too terribly bad. Go ahead and let this one, let it drain on some more there on that one. Got a little bit of oil everywhere, so I'm gonna let this here quit draining and let this keep draining. Once it's done, then I'm gonna put the new filters on it, and then we'll start putting some oil in it. Okay, well, I got all the oil drained there. Like I said, when it's, you know, barely dripping there, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's just barely dripping there, so that should be just fine. What I do is, like I said, I try to get you up there the best I can. And what I do is I just kind of wipe them off real quick, and then make sure there ain't no dirt up there. And sometimes you gotta make sure there ain't the O-ring ain't stuck on there, because I've had that happen before. But I was trying to screw the filter on there. I said, damn. I was like, something don't seem right there. all my filters, I always put oil in mine, and almost forgot there. I just get a little dab of oil, and I just run a little dab of oil around the O-ring, and then I screw them on there. I've seen some other people put them on there dry. I don't do it. I mean, you can if you want. I just not me. I don't. Put them on there. I just get them on there as tight as I can. Finger tight. Always works good for me. I ain't had one come off yet. And this in here, same way. Like I said, just put a little oil around on the O-ring there. You ain't got to fill them, like I said, all the way completely to the top. But as long as you get half to 3/4 in there, you should be just fine. I try to go at least 3/4 on mine, just so I know it's got plenty of oil in there, because it just seems like to me that's when it goes to fill it up, it's like, damn, there's a lot of air. You know, all that air just sitting there, and then boom, all that fuel, I mean, all that oil goes straight to it. Seems like a lot of pressure there, but I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I guess when it starts up, I mean, I guess that's only 60 or 80 pounds of oil pressure, I guess. Don't really know. I always write on my filters. I always put the date and always put the dates on mine and the mileage. I would put the hours on this here, but the only reason I don't put the hours on this is because it's not going to be sitting there idling. This truck here, it's going to be driving down the road. It's just going to go to the job site, stop, shut off, and then that's why I always just do mileage on this. I mean, you could do the hours if you wanted to, but I always just do the mileage on these here. But before, though, when it had the drill on the back of it, then I could probably see, you know, putting it on there then. But as far as, like I said, this truck here, it's just going back and forth to the job. But all these fittings here look pretty good. I'm gonna check the gear oil in the transmission, see how all that stuff there works, see if all that stuff is in pretty good shape. There's the PTO pump there. I see a little, maybe it's leaking right there a little bit. I don't know what. Some kind of O-ring or something right there, maybe. I don't know what's going on right there. Oh, I know what that is. That's the suction hose there. Yeah, suction hose there is loose on that one. And somebody worked on this exhaust here. I know that's something else I'm gonna have to look at too. I don't know if it'll be today, but they just put, like, they just stuck the flex pipe over that right there. This ain't even, nothing right here is even connected. And even my four-wheel drive is the same way right here. There's some slop in that little section right there, but I will grease that. And as far as this and up here, this one looks, it's not bad. It's got a little play in it. It should get us by for a while. And then when I get the other, maybe when I get the other big chipper truck done,
I can pull the dry shaft, or maybe on a weekend or something, I can pull the dry shaft out, and I can put new universals in it. But the big one up there, it's already had, somebody done put all brand new universals. It might even be a newer dry shaft, but that thing right there, it's short there. You ain't got much room to play around with that one. So I'm gonna pick up all my tools here underneath the truck here, move this oil bucket and get it drained, and then we'll start putting some oil in there. I try to put my Lucas, I always try to put my Lucas in first, just because it's so damn thick. And I've had it sit down in the sun over for a while, so it should be good and hot. And I'm gonna change this coolant filter as well. I might show y'all a video on that right there, and show you how damn messy that's gonna be. So, but yeah, I'll take and get the drain out of there. Like you see, you can tell that's one. I mean, that's a massive ass winch there. I mean, you shouldn't get this truck stuck nowhere. Not that we go off road very much, but if you want to pull a tree over, it should do anything on that there. But yeah, let me get that down there picked up, and we'll get some oil in. We'll get some oil in there. I'm gonna, like I said, put the Lucas in there first. I usually just buy it by the barrel, the oil, 55-gallon barrels. I just usually buy it by that, and then I just take this right here and I just fill these jugs up. But I was up there today and they had a pretty good sale on this oil. I think I got this oil, this 1540. I think I got like $15 a gallon. So I just said, heck, I'll just buy five. I bought 5 cases of it while I was up there, and when I put the filters, and it just makes it easier sometimes to pour it in there like this. Because I got 5-gallon buckets in there as well, but with this not being straight up into the top there, it kind of makes it kind of difficult. But at least somebody did put 22 quarts on there, so at least I know it takes 22 quarts with the filter. So, but I kind of knew how much it took anyways because of my other one there. I done put the Lucas in. I usually put just 1 gallon of oil, and then I'll put the Lucas in there with it and get it started up there. So, but my bucket's still underneath there right now, because what I'm gonna do is once I get it started up, I'll just back the truck up, and then I ain't gonna worry about it sliding out of there or nothing like that there. So I'm gonna take and I'm gonna finish filling this here up, and then as I fill it up, I'll get it started up there, and we'll recheck the oil in it. So here's the new filter. I'm just going to spin this in here off as fast as I can. And see exactly how much antifreeze I can leak. Like I said, what I had to do was right here on this corner, I had to take that screwdriver and that punch and hit it like that to get it to spin off there. I got the new one on there. I mean, I lost a fair amount of antifreeze, don't get me wrong. It's not all the way in the bubble right now. It looks like it's a little bit low. It's not terrible where it's at right now. I'll get a thing here and clean this all off, but I wanted to change. I mean, like I said, I know it makes a mess, and like I said, I probably lost a gallon. Sometimes it looks like there's more down there than really what it is. But I just wanted to get this changed, because I don't know how long it's been since it's been changed. But yeah, so finally got that there squared away. But like I said, I'm gonna pressure wash it anyways. But if you ever got to take one of these off, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can either drain the antifreeze out of the radiator and the block, and then just change it like that, and you don't lose a drop, and then you put it back in the radiator. Or you can do like I did. You can hurry up and spin off real fast, spin the new one right back on there, and lose a gallon of antifreeze. To me, it seems like it's way more better, or not way faster, but faster to me, just to take it, hurry up and spin it off and spin a new one on there, and then hell, you ain't got to worry about it. But like I said, it's in a tight spot anyways. Like I said, it's right, like I said, right down there. It got a little bit of antifreeze on that right there, but that won't be that bad. Well, like I said, we went around and greased the whole truck. We changed the oil in it, got all that stuff there done. I didn't show me fabricating this bracket up, but here's the bracket I made for the winch. I made it right here. You could switch them around if you wanted to, where that one would be up there, would be for the dump, and this one could be for, I mean, that could be for the winch, and this could be for the, you know, for the dump. Either one, they're both exactly the same levers. I'll probably put up there on that one there, I'll probably put dump on the dash, just so if somebody was driving it and they didn't know which one was which. But like I said, I just made like a regular L-shaped bracket so I could bolt that to it, and then I just welded on the back side. So I got that there all finished up. Like I was telling y'all, on this bracket here, I done went ahead and welded it there, and then I had to weld it over there, and went ahead and adjusted the cable here. Like I said, I just looped it around like that. As long as it don't have, as long as it ain't really kinked. This in here is more turned than really what I wanted it to be, but I think it's going to be just fine. Like I said, the winch, it worked good, so I shouldn't have no problems there. And I had to wind up taking this hose here and turning it up just a little bit, but other than that there, it'll be just fine. We got the whole dump and everything greased up on as well, checked all the fluids. This truck here that we've got, like I said, my service truck is exactly one there. All the fluids are good. I seen on this one here has another Wheeler Reman pumpkin inside there, so you know, like I said, the pumpkin's here, and then that'd be the gears inside there. But other than that there, like I said, the truck turned out really good. Like I said, I just got the bed raised up. I'm gonna set it back down here later on. Then checked all the lights, checked the transmission, front axle. That front axle is still leaking just a little bit, but I got to call Fabco and see about getting the axle seal for that. But it's not leaking terrible enough to where, you know, we'll get shut down by DOT or something like that there for now. So I checked, like I said, all the fluids on that there. But the truck, like I said, turned out really great. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of give y'all an update on everything that that we did to it. So like I said, guys, if y'all you like watching these kind of videos and you like seeing the stuff that I'm building, like I said, just like, you know, and subscribe, and, you know, share my stuff out there so somebody else can see it, and maybe, you know, it can I can teach somebody some other stuff. Like I said, I promise y'all I got a bunch of other cool builds coming up. This truck right here, I got a to put a 45-foot bucket truck on this one here, and that's the whole reason I didn't want to take the pump. I could have used this pump, but I didn't, because like when I hooked other stuff up, I'll just set the bucket on there and hook it straight to this right here. And also I got this 68 crew cab that is mine, and I finally got a 4x4 frame for it, and I'm gonna take and be building this in some of my previous video and some of my upcoming videos. I'm sorry, but like I said, thanks for watching.